Hey there, I'm Heidi Swapp and I'm really excited to show you one of my brand new stencils, and we're going to kind of play inside this art journal inserts set. This is the manila set. It kind of has these rounded tabs, and as you can see I have done kind of some color shining to create a background, and then I've used texture paste and this really cool new word art stencil that I'm really excited about. There's so many fun different things that you can do with this stencil, whether you're taping it off and only using one word at a time or using it all together with like a word collage, which is what we're going to do today. So what I have done was I used the newest hot pink and the sheer color shine to create this background, but I'm going to show you what this looks like in a different color set. So I'm going to skip inside of my album, and first thing we're going to do is kind of create a background, and I'm going to use the white acrylic paint. This is from the Paint Distress kits, and also my new Sweet Mint color shine to create a really cool background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray some of the white paint onto my craft mat, and I'm going to spray some of the color shine on, and I'm going to use one of these makeup sponges that I love to use, and I usually like to hold it on the thinner end and use the thicker side to apply the mediums. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to mix the paint and the color shine, and that's how I'm going to start applying the color to the background here. Now I kind of think it would be fun to have these strips of color, so I'm applying it, and I want the color to get a little darker here at the bottom. All right. There. All right, now what's kind of fun here is I can add more of the white in, and so I'm kind of creating some streaks, and then I can even kind of just give me some little splashes of color shine. We always want to make sure that it's nice and dry between layers as we're adding layers of different types of mediums. So I've made sure that the paint and color shine layer is nice and dry, and now I'm going to go ahead and grab this new stencil and lay it on the top. Now if you want to kind of pick out like where you want it to start and stop, you can kind of do that. I'm going to kind of position it here. And you can even be a little bit picky as you're dragging the texture paste if you like. But I'm just going to add a dollop of the texture paste down, and I'm just going to use this scraper. This is actually from the screen printing kit. So you can, if you've got the screen printing scraper, you can use that, or use something else that you have on hand, maybe a piece of chipboard or a maxed out credit card or whatever you have handy. So we're just going to grab a section of the texture paste and just lay it over the top, and I kind of like to scrape it at about a 45-degree angle, and I'm just holding the stencil steady with one hand. You can tape it down if you like. All right, and then I like to go through kind of over the top and make sure everything is nice and even. And I'll lift off my stencil, and it just looks amazing. The texture is so cool. This texture paste is a metallic texture paste, so it dries with kind of a sheen to it that's really beautiful. And I also love this tone on tone effect. So leave your booklet open here to allow it to dry. I don't love to use the heat tool when I'm drying the texture paste, because what will happen is it will tend to bubble up a little bit, and it's actually a cool look. So if you're going for the bubbling up look, try it. But otherwise, lay it out, let it air dry. It will take an hour or so to completely dry before you can move on and add layers on top of it or whatever you like. So Make sure also that before you move on to another project, you're grabbing a wet wipe or something to go ahead and clean it quickly before it dries. The texture paste does dry quite hard, and it will be hard to get your stencil clean after that. All right, that is my quick tip for working inside a journaling insert with color shine, acrylic paint, and texture paste. So grab yourself one of these cool new stencils and make pretty stuff.